Hey everyone. So today I kind of have a heavy heart. Um, my best friend's dad passed away a couple of days ago because of the virus that shall not be named. He was in excellent shape. He was in his 60s, and it's tough. Now, those of us who are questioning everything that's going on about the measures that they're taking and the passport and all of that stuff, we're not denying that this is real. I personally don't know anybody who has this virus in my life besides him, and I didn't even know he had it. Apparently it happened very suddenly. But the care of the care that he was getting in the hospital was very substandard, and it seemed like they didn't really care. They care more about their statistics. When it comes to me and the jab, I personally am not going to take it, and none of my friends or family are going to either. People have different reasons for doing so. Mine is specifically that every time I get the flu vaccine, my I get it really bad, and I whatever the science that they're talking about is behind this, the trials and all of that stuff, I don't care. I'm not going to risk getting something or even getting symptoms like that again, because when I got them, they were really bad. Now, this was a couple years ago. When I was in the Army, I had to get the vaccine every year, and this was 3 years in a row, and every time they make it mandatory if you're in the military, and every time I was sick for 5 days, and it was just really bad. The problem I have is this whole plan of making it so that the making it so that you can't go places, you can't travel, and all of that, right? Even on CNN, we had someone was talking to Chris Cuomo on CNN, and this lady was talking about how Texas and Florida shouldn't be opening up. Governors should keep their states closed because, and this is real, this is something she actually said. She said the quiet part out loud. She said that we shouldn't be opening up states because it decentivizes people getting the vaccine. So, really, it's not about the safety of people. They want to make sure everybody gets the virus, even gets the vaccine, even if the restrictions are loosening and or the stats are going lower and all that stuff. No matter what, they want people to get this vaccine. Now, I'm not an anti-vaxxer myself. I find it interesting the way that they're implementing all these measures and talking about it in the media. You also notice that they were talking about how big of a threat this was while Trump was in office. They had the death count meter up there and all that stuff, and every day it was fear pandering. Now, not so much. They're not talking about it because they don't want Biden to get the rap for any deaths, and they don't want people accusing him of doing it and all this stuff. I am saying that this virus is significant enough to worry. If you have it or you are high risk, you should definitely wear a mask and try and keep interactions to people with high chances of getting it or dying, like the elderly. I think you need to take special precautions and stuff like that. However, this whole thing where everyone needs to wear a mask, even at their house, people can't go out and experience life anymore, and all of these things, they want to keep their grip on power. Now, this is coming from somebody who just had somebody that they loved die from this thing. This is a special tactic that they're using. They're trying to play not just on the morality aspect, but they're trying to get into people's emotions. I've seen videos where there was a woman in an elevator, and one was delivering. There's two women in an elevator. One was delivering food, and the other was just standing there. And she was so scared. She was wearing a mask. She said, "We're not 6 feet apart. You shouldn't be in here." She said, "I'm just using the elevator. You know, I have my mask on." And she starts screaming. She says, "You weren't wearing your mask right before you were taping." And she ran out of the elevator screaming. The media has made people really, whether or not they're trying to push an agenda or they're genuinely afraid, this is fear pandering, and we all know it. We see it. People say that the Great Reset, for example, is a conspiracy theory when they specifically are saying this is what they want to do. Things like in 2030, you'll have no property, you'll own nothing, and you'll be happy, right? Drones will deliver everything to you, and you will minimize the human interaction. They want to separate everybody by groups when it comes to race, ethnicity, and all of that stuff. I mean, this is kind of a little reminiscent to that whole divide and conquer. You know, many people raise the equivalents to like 1984 and say this is starting to set up like a dystopian future and all that. I think that we need to take it seriously. I think that there are things that we can do within the realm of reason to do so. But making it so that whole civilization changes because of this, that's not the way to go. Now, I've seen many different stats, and really you can look up stats and apply it to anything and to preserve your confirmation bias. The bottom line is we can't let society just stop. And it's funny how everyone's like, you should order online. Well, look at Jeff Bezos. He increased his net worth by like 80 billion over 2020. A lot of this is all the small businesses are shutting down and the big businesses are thriving. Now, whether you believe in coincidence or not when it comes to that situation, whether you think it was planned or not, does not bode well for our society, because these businesses are going to keep getting stronger, and they are going to suppress any misinformation, or any negative comments about these billionaires and soon to be trillionaires. Within 10 to 20 years, we may see the first trillionaire. We have to be very careful with how we go forward. And giving in to fear is not the way to go. He was like a second father to me, the one who passed away. And he was conservative himself. It's been hard to deal with it, and I'm not really processing it totally in my mind that he's gone. It's hard. But no matter what, we also need to make sure that, the cure is not the cure is not worse than the disease. So anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this, and I wanted, everybody stay safe. If there are risky situations, make sure you have precautions. And I'm not here to give any medical advice on wear masks or don't wear masks. A lot of that stuff depends on where you are and what you do and all that stuff. But stay safe out there, and we need to start loving each other. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.